Hey! Today we've got PF01 Red Falcon from TT Hongli. I'm not sure, but basically this is the TE Beast Starscream. So I believe this is this company's first go around at something like this, but these G1 Beast formers are pretty popular now. So let's go ahead and take a look at this guy. So instead of a jet, he turns into a giant bird or falcon. So yeah, pretty cool, pretty big box. So we'll go ahead and open it up and take a look. Okay, so here we have Red Falcon in his Falcon mode. So all transformed and out of the box. He does come with this stand that he's on right now. So looking pretty cool. So this video might be a little different just because of how big this guy is. Might have to do a couple of adjustments here. But yeah, there he is. Just take a look. Quite the wingspan on this guy. Yeah, looks pretty good. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and take him off the stand here and we'll get a closer look. Okay, so here I got him off of his stand, and I just want to show off his stand a little bit. It does come in several pieces. So this piece just pegs in there so you can adjust it. This will come down so you can bring the ladder part up, and it does come with two different pieces, one for Beast and one for Bot. So yeah, pretty substantial, pretty large, so pretty cool. So I'm just gonna bring this in a little bit so we can take a better look at some of the details on this guy. So I did get this, I'm not sure if I mentioned, I did get this from the Chosen Prime. So I think it's going to be available. It's either available now or it's going to be available pretty soon. So this, we can consider this video sponsored by them today. Although most of my videos are at least, the products are at least provided by the Chosen Prime. That's my store. So yeah, very impressive wingspan. He does all of the detail. Does remind me kind of a Gundam. Let's take a look at the face. He does have a little bit of light piping there, but it is hard to see. His beak does articulate. Sorry about all the marker on my fingers. And there's the little claws. And let's just see from the top here. So these wings are so big, it's kind of hard to maneuver around. This is tail wings in the back section here. So that's what he looks like from the top. It's funny enough, he still has a cockpit. More or less. And just so you can get a good look at the underside there. That's what we're looking at. So, yeah. Oh. There's this gun. Came off. Sorry, this is null ray. My bad. Alright, so let's just push them aside here. And before we get into articulation, we'll do a couple of comparisons here. All right, let's just move him aside a little bit. So I thought this was appropriate, judging as he's kind of a vulture. So here's Transformers Earthrise Double Dealer. See, obviously his wingspan is huge compared to Double Dealer, but I'll give you a good look at those guys together. Doesn't stand so great. without the stand, but you get the idea. And just because, there he is with the Earthrise Starscream as well. Just for a sense of scale. The Voyager figure. Yeah, see, he's just friggin' like 3 of these guys, wingspan wise. So, yeah. Okay, so let's just get into the transformation. I unfortunately didn't get the instructions with him, so there's a lot of guessing and all that, so if I stumble through this, I apologize. Let's just first get rid of the null rays. Now, they can extend if you want them to be a little longer, so that's kind of cool. Actually, I guess we should go over the articulation. You did see that the jaw and head and neck move. The head goes down, but it doesn't come up too much. The legs on a ball joint there, so go up and down. And then knee, got that full bend. And then the toes are there. They're 3 parts basically. So you can have them even grab some stuff. And of course, the wings, it's got these individual feathers that are articulated. That one is not. These 3 are. And then the wing can bend right here, but it's this whole part is attached, so you'd have to unclip it in order to get it to bend. So it doesn't really bend here, but it does ratchet up and down, can move out, so up and down and out, so all that. So pretty dynamic. You can get them in some pretty neat poses. So, and also these fins back here move up and down. So yep. Keep hitting the camera with his giant wings. Okay. All right. So let's get this guy transformed. Now these guns, the null rays, they as well as extending this part is on a slider. So you want them up front for the Falcon and then the back for the robot. So just do that and get them off to the side. And let's see how I'm going to tackle this guy. All right. So I guess we should just start with the wings, just to get them out of the way. So this part kind of slots in this little tab, I guess, goes into a groove right here, and then this little part pegs under there. Now these are on tiny little ball joints, so they will pop off, but luckily they're ball joints, so they'll go right back on. So you want to flip in all these feathers. And yeah, like I said, it'll come off. No big deal. The thing is, it won't bend in that way. So if you try to bend it like that, it'll pop off. So we'll rotate this, bring it around, and it does fold over, and then just lay like that, and there's pretty much his wing shape. So that's what we're aiming for. Get these all in. Get this whole thing rotated and hinged in. There we go. So now we don't have to worry about those being in the way. So, and I believe his feet were folded as such. I think they were folded all the way in. I guess we'll see. So just fold all those up. And they sort of tab there. There's a little peg actually that goes in the little hole, but it's not super secure. It just kind of holds there. It's like just a placeholder. So we'll just get those out of the way. Unfortunately, it is a lot of just moving stuff out of the way temporarily. So just go right there. And these already folded in on themselves, but the tail fin does peg into the leg there. So just get those out of the way as well. And they're also on a ball joint and a little hinge, so yeah. Cool. All right, and now the feet, the legs. So this is the part I had a little trouble with. So earlier, those little grooves fit over those little tabs there. And you want to undo that, and then the whole leg will just extend. And let's see here. There we go. It didn't pop up, but that's on a spring, so that's pretty cool. And these, before you do that, you want to get these up. So, and then you can bring the knee all the way down. So, just extend this. And get that up. And of course the feet just kind of fold out. And there we go. There's his legs. So pretty simple. Also there's holes, and for some reason there's like, I don't think this is painted, but it's scuffing on there. But yeah, there's a little hole right there and a little peg, and it's sort of supposed to fit there, but it doesn't really hold in place. Again, it's just kind of a spot to put it there. So, and then we're nearly there, the home stretch. So it's actually pretty simple. So unfold these guys, bring this down, and you want to rotate this around. I'll just leave that down for there. These shoulders come out. You want to bring these parts in. And there we pretty much have his arms. And then his waist comes up and separates. And they rotate out. Like that. I think that's Falcon. That's a robot. And let's see here. This part also, tiny little ball joint. I popped this off a bunch of times, but you know, thankfully it's a little ball joint, so no harm, no foul. But let's turn that around and bring it up. And let's see here. Let's bring his the rest of his chest up. And fold the Falcon head in. Bring that in. Bring that up. And this will, let's see, go like that. There we go. Oh, and now his arms, they just extend out, and that kind of tabs in there, and just pull that out, and there's his hand. So, same on the other side. Thumb up. Where's his thumb stuck now? There we go. Okay, and there you have him in robot mode. Now these, you can, I think they're supposed to go up a little, sit a little higher up there. Those will actually tab in to each other. Just finishing touches. Boom. There you have them. So pretty cool looking. Let's of course finish off the look. Putting his null rays on here. Now, I do want them extended all the way out. Look better like that. They go right on his shoulders. So, yeah, pretty cool. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and this is the separate piece for the stand. So I'll go ahead and put them on the stand. We'll do a couple of comparisons and we'll go over articulation and accessories. Okay, so here he is on the stand. You guys get a good look at how he looks on there. And obviously you can do way more dynamic poses than this, but that's just to check him out on there. So, but basically it just slides in to that hole on his butt. So take a closer look at the face. Now it does come with alternate heads. That's more of I would say a Starscream smirk, but he does come with the closed mouth. I think that one actually probably looks the coolest. And then with the one he comes packed with is the open mouth, and he's got little teeth in there. I wish they would have put paint on them. Now, I don't love the eyes on this, but the nice thing about all of these heads is there's a little switch on the back, and they all light up. So it's not just one system. Since they all just pop on, they all light up. So we'll take a look at this. See, I'll show you. It's all stiff. There we go. But yeah, looks way better lit up. And he actually has a lighting element on his chest as well. I would have showed it in bird mode, because you'd think it would illuminate the light piping on the bird's face, but not really. So you just open this up. It's actually got some pretty sweet detail. I don't know if that's his spark, his undying spark. So I'm gonna bring that up. And underneath there's another switch. And there you go. So that's pretty cool looking. It's nice that that they've got multiple lighting gimmicks, and they actually include the batteries and all that, so that doesn't often happen. So let's get them standing up. So those knees aren't great, but if you get them, you'll see. If you get him standing right, he'll stand no problem. So like I said, we'll do some comparisons, and then we'll go over accessories. So here we have the Earthrise Starscream, just so you get a sense of scale with that. So in his Earth mode, of course, or his robot mode, but you know, his Earth mode. This is probably more appropriate This is Generation Toys Red Bull. Sorry I didn't transform him earlier. But yeah, there you go. So I think that scales pretty well. I mean, Starscream is supposed to be pretty big. Maybe a little bit smaller. Or this guy's a little bit bigger maybe. But it's still pretty impressive. So, and especially the price-wise, this is not too much more than this guy. So you get a lot more toy actually with this, so it's pretty cool. And we'll bring in one big boy here, just again for scale. So there's the Commander class Jetfire. Just to make this more appropriate there. All right, so that'll give you an idea of, you know, just how big this guy really is. My chair's squeaky. All right, so as promised, we'll go over some articulation. Now, the look of this guy is incredible. You know, all the details. He looks fantastic. Again, very Gundam-esque legs and feet, even the crotch. But really love the style that they went for. It's great. But the only fault I'd give him is the articulation. He does come with a lot of accessories in the stand and stuff, and you can get him in a great pose. I can't because I'm not good at posing anything, but it's a little hindered. So the let's just take the null ray off. So of course the wings do all the same articulations before, and the shoulders rotate all the way around. These unfortunately don't like peg in or anything, tap in. And his arm goes out that much, in that much, the shoulder a little bit. And he's got a rotation here and a double bend on the elbow, but no rotation at the bicep, which really kind of stinks. And he does have rotation on the hand though, so that's good. And he's got a individually articulated fingers, so they're all just on one hinge, and then the thumb I think is on a ball joint. So yeah, and of course, like I said before, the hip skirts, you know, get them anywhere you want. The legs, this little thing will get out of the way. I mean, the whole thing will come up, but you know, just for articulation, nice and tight right there, all the way up, and then all the way back, and pretty much the full splits. And it does rotate up there too. So he's got it is a double knee, but it just gives you just a little over 90, but you don't need more than that. So and that's what I mean. This joint is a little looser than this one up here. So once you get him in the right position, he'll stay. But you just gotta watch out for that one. And the feet, they pivot just a tiny bit. They don't go up at all. Go down, and you know, a little bit of movement back there. So okay, I think the worst part is probably the lack of bicep rotation. So what are you gonna do? But aside from that, I mean, he looks fantastic. Oh, and he's got the neck. I forget the head. Head can go all the way around, and he can look way up and down that much. So pretty good. Not bad. So let me just go over some of the accessories he comes with. Put that back on there. So he does come with swords. So he comes with these swords, which are pretty sweet looking. So those will just go right in his hand. He's got two tabs, if you can see that, right there. And big old slot right there. So get that out of the way. So he'll hold on to those no problem. Now, interestingly enough, I thought for sure these would be effect parts for the null rays. They're not. They're actually other swords he's got. Don't quite get it. I guess you could imagine that they're thrusters as well when he's shooting off, but they only go in his wrist. So it's sort of kind of like the sword that that Prime has in the movies and you know, and Transformers Prime. So, but that's pretty cool. So, you know, you have options as to what kind of swords you want to display them with, if any. So that's cool. So yeah. All right, so I think that's everything. And there you got Red Falcon. Pretty good, I think, for the price. No complaints, you know. It's a fun toy. It's relatively easy as far as the transformation, and it's got a lot of options, and that stand is great. So, you know, no complaints. Yeah, he's pretty sweet. I love the style, and he'll go good with your other beasts. So, yeah. So yeah, if you want to go ahead and get this guy, the Chosen Prime, I know is either has them up right now or is going to have them soon. So yeah, go ahead and let me know what you think of the review. Leave a like, comment, let me know what you thought, and I'll see you guys next time.